Welcome to Articulate by Asma. Today we have a special cast.
My name is Thianna Taylor. I am born here in Toronto and I am a visual artist. So I do a lot of painting, but I work with different medias, so I wouldn't really confine myself to one sort of type because I've been experimenting with sculpting, painting, spray painting, like all of these different mediums. But yeah, I'm just an artist.
So I'm gonna explain to you the block art game. I custom made these questions for you.
Okay.
And you're gonna pick one, and the answer you're gonna draw it and do what you do best and paint it. So no pressure for once. You won't be as nervous as my other guests. So you pick the card.
Okay. I think I'm gonna go with this one.
Okay, the middle is I guess the good luck charm here. So I know you do so many different mediums, but what is your biggest influence when it comes to your art?
I think my biggest influence, especially like when I first started painting, was definitely like Basquiat. I loved just his story and like his kind of artwork and style, just because it kind of took the pressure off of like having a perfect portrait of someone or like, you know, realism. That's not really something I'm like thriving at. So made me kind of realize like, okay, I can actually do this.
I can do it, exactly. Was it like a representation? You felt like you could?
Definitely the representation and also like kind of making something out of nothing, like nothing. I kind of love that. Like a lot of his materials and things that he used weren't like expensive paints, and like he could just get like a door frame and like make it into art.
Exactly.
So it's kind of like the unknown in that, and just like making the best of like anything, which I just love. So,
yeah. He's the one who made me want to paint.
I love that.
So as soon as I obviously knew she liked him, I was like, dang.
Yeah.
You know, we have a point of common there. So what is the feeling you always chase when you begin a piece?
Okay, I feel like painting is like honestly such a sacred like practice and form of like, for me, self-love and healing. And something that I always kind of try to go for is definitely like being in like grounded within myself. It could literally just start up like with a color and like just like moving with the brush strokes and like becoming the art almost in a sense.
It is, yeah.
It could just be like a simple thing, like if I'm just like out and I see certain like patterns or like different textiles, then I like want to do my own take on that.
Of course.
Yeah.
No, it goes with the flow, I guess. Abstract mainly.
Yeah.
Intuition, I like that you said that. When it comes to painting, like it's either it provokes an emotion or an instinct. So I think by you saying intuition is a mix of both then.
It is.
Like
it's
instinct
a perfect balance of both,
perfect
honestly.
balance of both. What was the first emotion like that you want to spark when people see your art?
I feel like as of lately, I've been experimenting a lot with like anatomy and like just like the human body. So I've been doing a lot of like sculpting, and like it's kind of an uncomfortable, eerie feeling that a lot of people get when they look at my paintings. But I honestly love that because I want someone to look at that piece and be a little like unsettled, like what's kind of going through your mind, like how did we get here? Like our human body is just so beautiful. It is an art in itself, the way it works for us.
What God made us is an art as it is.
It literally is. So I feel like working with like that sort of medium in those pieces, I want people to feel a little bit uncomfortable, like, you know what I mean?
Yeah, no.
So
and I feel like the real people that actually are drawn to it, like uncomfortable could be a reaction, but it's like, oh, like a curious feeling.
Yeah,
right?
for sure.
Because even me, when I saw your work, I was like, wow, like it looks like body parts.
Yeah.
Literally.
No,
like,
seriously.
with the red, and you specify on color, like red.
A lot of reds.
It looks like real organs, you know? if I can say so myself.
Yeah.
So which memory keeps finding you back to your canvases?
I think it's a mix of a lot of different feelings.
Yeah.
Whenever I'm painting, because I'm like, you're almost in like a trance state for like such a long period of time and you don't even realize it. And something that I always think about is like, honestly, like family and connection, and like you kind of start realizing just like how special it is to have that sort of push of like structure and people like around you. So I feel like whenever I'm creating, that's definitely something that always comes into my mind, and just like holding space and like gratitude for everyone in my life right now. I'm like so grateful for that. And then that just brings out all these other emotions where I'm like, I would literally just be like crying on my canvas and like that emotion definitely always comes back whenever I'm painting like anything.
Like the sadness and the, yeah.
Yeah, like it's like a melancholy like kind of feeling. Like it's like a sadness and also happiness. It's like this weird balance of everything.
Actually, like if you saw my face right now, that's literally what I've been describing my work. Melancholy. It's like this sense of like, yes, you don't know the destination, but I know this uncomfortable feeling is here, so I'm just gonna put it in the canvas.
No, exactly.
And then you feel released.
Exactly.
Right?
And like reminding myself that like I'm not really painting for anyone except for myself. And like your artwork is literally like a diary. Like
it is. Because
a
some
diary
people will, like write.
Yeah.
And yeah.
It's like a diary of what you're feeling in that moment. And like I get it, I wanna obviously
make money from it.
Make money from it, but it's also like I started painting like for myself and not really as something I would like show off. Like
same, yeah.
Like my artist name, which is like State of the Heart. It's because the word art is in the word heart, and I feel like your heart literally is like a surface space that holds emotions and it feels those emotions before you even have the words to like
and it's hard
describe that.
Exactly, and I feel like painting helped me in that sense too. Like I'm a yapper, but when it comes to emotions,
sometimes it's hard.
You can't really explain it. And painting started for me the same way.
Yeah.
For me, to
express.
Find an outlet, exactly, which I related to your little bio. On yeah. So if you want to explain that, like, exactly, there's no destination, right?
Yeah, there's none. Like you kind of just have to go with that feeling and like trust that your pieces and your energy that you put out will bring you like to the right places and open the right doors and things like that.
Well, actually, I want to talk about your show, and you went to Europe.
I did.
So if you want to give, how was that? First of all, congrats.
Thank you. I still like can't believe like I did a show in Europe.
Amazing.
So I actually went to Switzerland. Really nervous because it's definitely more like conservative there.
Yes.
And I feel like my art is very like more Berlin. Like it's more, like
you're like Sweden, you really like me.
Yeah, like are you sure you want me here? So yeah, it was really exciting to like be able to do that, and like that opportunity kind of stumbled into my space because my parents have a restaurant and they display some of my paintings. Like my dad was like my first customer.
That's so cute.
Ever. And like it kind of just opened a door where someone like
would come
and
in.
Like they were like, okay, no, like
so that's where it came from.
Yeah, kind of, yeah, which is crazy, and like it kind of ties back to like my parents, which is so perfect.
That is
it's
so
like
cute.
A full circle.
Oh, that's gorgeous.
Like,
I think your mom went with you.
Yeah, my mom came with me. Like it was so special, and like I got to also teach, so I kind of did like a
workshop,
I guess per se, but like I get a little nervous. I was like, should I even be
You're
here?
like, usually you don't want people seeing you paint.
Yeah,
you're like teaching.
No, literally.
Yeah.
So I was like, okay, really having to like put myself out of my comfort zone for that. I'm trying to do more like just putting myself out there, because I feel like if I could, I would just never
show your art.
Show my artwork. Like I'm such a closet painter. That's what I call myself.
I know, it's a nice term, closet painter.
I'm a closet painter because it's such a vulnerable thing to do, right?
It
like
is.
It's literally a piece of like.
It's like someone, like you said, reading your journal, and you're like,
yeah, like you're putting yourself out there. Like it's something I have issues with like selling my pieces, because I'm like, wait, no, that's like my baby. Like I birthed you.
That's what I'm saying. And
like,
you're gonna take it?
You're gonna take take away my child.
Are you gonna take care of it?
No,
those are real questions. It's like,
yeah, it's so sacred. It's so special.
No, sacred is the word.
It is.
It is a baby you gave birth to.
No,
you're
literally, I birthed you.
Putting the pieces together. If your art actually could speak, what would it tell?
Well, it would speak a lot of languages, that's for sure. Because I feel like I have so many phases, and eras that you go into, your art, and it evolves with you. Like as a person, you're constantly growing.
Growing, exactly.
I was super depressed, and you can see that in some of my
the
paintings.
work, of course.
Sometimes it could be like, I'm really lonely right now, and I'm isolated, and this is how I'm feeling. But then there's also other paintings that I feel like just show the movement of life, and being more open and accepting and all of that. So mainly on what I'm working on now, try to show people the beauty of within the darkness because I use a lot of black.
You do.
I love
and
my
I
black.
related to that also. Like red and black were my colors.
Yeah,
So
I love the black, and
Yeah.
like so many people see it as like, okay, well, this is like really gothic and
Yeah.
scary, and it's like, why can't we like kind of reframe that?
it's like the villain, you know. It's like
yeah,
look
like,
into it more. There's a
like,
story.
There's so much beauty to it, and
Yeah.
also it's like everything grows in the dark and comes from the dark.
Exactly.
Like think about
The
plants,
soil.
like
Yeah.
the soil. You have like beautiful roots under, and they blossom into something, or like the embryo. It's dark in
came
there, girl.
out,
You can't see anything in
with
there.
blood
It's
and
pretty
everything.
dark.
Yep.
There's so much beauty in it.
There's so much
Red
beauty in
is
it.
like a life force color. It's a color
It's
of our blood.
a thing of
It's
love
like
and
love, like-
sensuality and
yeah,
like yeah.
seriously, and like I mean that's the color of our blood. That's such a life force kind
Exactly.
of thing, right?
I feel like this girl is my twin when it comes to art.
Yeah, I love
'Cause
that.
You know how you said obviously red is our color, like the
Yeah.
blood. My color, my favorite color.
Yeah.
Some people might say shade. Is burgundy.
Okay.
And my blood is burgundy.
It's burgundy.
So I'm like,
Well-
don't diss red. Red is everything.
It is everything.
sure
It
is.
really is.
Also, I know it's hard as a painter. When do you know when you're painting is like it's enough? Like,
Oh, I feel like that's why it kind of moves so slow sometimes with
Yeah.
painting because I have to like
pause.
do a bit and then I
Yeah.
pause and then I just like leave it up for a few days and like
Do I
kind of
like
go
it?
by it and I'm like, you know, do I
Yeah.
feel like it needs more? But
Yeah.
I feel like sometimes it like also never ends in a way. Again, obviously like intuitive, but I feel like it's more of when like you look at that piece and you kind of have this feeling of like wholeness with it. I feel like sometimes you can like look at things and just know that like there's more of you that you need to pour out onto it. Really sitting with it and like looking at that piece for like however amount of time you need. Like it can take you months, that's fine.
It
Like,
changes too sometimes. You're like,
Yeah.
oh, you look different.
no, exactly.
Yeah.
No, it's like one day
Yeah.
could look a complete
Completely
different
different.
way.
You might hate it. And
Yeah.
then you look at it and you're like, you're actually not that bad.
No, seriously.
Like the ones you hate the most is like, oh. And the one I think I instantly love, I hate it after.
Yeah, no,
Right?
it's true. It's always like cycling and changing to that, but I'm like, oh, it's so hard not to
I
like
swear.
get that feeling. But
But I think, like you said, it comes back to intuition and instinct then.
yeah.
You said you've been painting forever, right? So was it like
Yeah.
childhood? Like what age?
Okay, this is actually like I'm like gonna expose myself on
Girl.
this one, but this is so funny. My grandma like told me this story. She says like when I was a baby, like I honestly I went in my diapers and I got my poo and I smeared it all over
That's, you know
the
what?
walls.
That's a nice story, girl. You knew you were about to be a messy painter.
No,
You
literally, and
knew.
I'm like, that's exactly what I channel when I'm painting. I just like I'm like, fuck a brush. I'm using my hands right now, and I'm just like in it. So I'm like, okay, like I feel like from that moment, I'm sure my grandma was like, oh, she's gonna be an artist.
Oh.
Also, like really fortunate for like my parents, and my family, because they also really like embedded that in me as a kid.
creative, yeah.
And like let me know that it's okay like to be more on the creative side, because academically like I wasn't always the greatest like
Girl.
in school and stuff. Like I was just like
yeah, I feel you.
kinda
Yeah.
struggling, you know, like, and I was
And
like,
you think you like, I don't want to say stupid, but you think something is wrong with you.
you do feel that.
You do, and I feel like it's how the system is set up too, right? But it's
No,
like, no, I learned
seriously.
visually is different.
Exactly. So my aunt, she like passed away. Rest in peace to her. She was
Rest
such
in
a
peace.
big inspiration for me. She was also an artist. She was a dancer, stunt woman, creative, like just all around multifaceted.
In the family, was she the first one?
I mean, it's definitely like something throughout my family. Like even my dad being a chef, like
That's
is
an
a
art,
form of art,
girl.
right?
That's
So
what I always say.
it is.
I'm like, making food
It's
is
an
the
art.
crazy form of art.
Also, just seeing that, like, you know, I was in a safe space to like really
No, that's
express myself and like all of that.
No, that's beautiful.
Yeah.
Because
so-
I feel like obviously I grew up with African parents,
Yeah, not everyone.
and
gets
your
that
immigrant parents
experience.
they're all different. But funny
Yeah.
actually that you mentioned your parents. My mom actually paid for my canvas, my
Oh, I
painting,
love that.
because I was kind of finding myself when I was 19. So Toronto kind of opened that creative side of me. Because I grew
Yeah.
up back home in Europe or whatever, but I think I was so in academic because my dad was obviously an economy guy. So
Yeah.
I was just like focused in that thing. And then when I moved here, and I saw obviously Instagram and all these different layers, and
Yeah.
I'm like, it was more photos back then because I think there was a lot of photographers.
Yeah.
and fashion people.
fashion, yeah.
So they weren't much visual. And
Yeah.
I never knew visual was something I would be interested in.
Okay.
You know, because I was
yeah.
a very expressive child, very
Yeah.
loud, but it's
Yeah.
just I didn't know if I knew that I like painting sooner, I think it would have been, or like if I was maybe lead that way, like for my
Yeah.
family.
No, seriously, but I feel like it found you at like the right time.
the-
Everything is like divine timing, right?
You
like,
know what? That's true.
so-
it was written at 19 for me to figure it out.
Yeah, there's always like those different phases. Because I mean, obviously, like even though I painted when I was younger, like there's been times when I wouldn't pick up a brush for
Months or years sometimes.
Months,
Yeah,
years,
yeah.
literally. Like I was at one point more like in the athletic side, like running track and whatnot. When it got to a point where it was just like so demanding of my body and so intense, I was just like so checked out. And I feel like that's also why I didn't really want to like I obviously want to go a little harder with my art, but I also don't want it to feel like too much
It's a-
pressure and it's a job and it's like you have to be
It takes
making these
away.
numbers and
I feel like it takes away that because I try to go to
Yeah.
school with it, and obviously the teachers criticize you thinking you're the same, and you're like, first of all, I'm a self-taught artist.
Yeah.
Like now I understand I don't need you to tell me what to do.
no, exactly.
And it takes away that, you
It
know, like the
does.
pull that we just want to
No,
paint.
exactly.
Yeah. For me and you, our favorite is Basquiat.
Basquiat, yeah.
learned everything on his own.
on his own.
And the anatomy, you talking about the body, I don't know if you know the story that he had a heart surgery, right? When he was a kid.
No.
And his mom bought him the anatomy book. That's why he learned about that.
I kind of love that. I had no idea about that. And
Yeah.
also like, so I'm a twin. I have a twin brother.
You have a twin brother?
I have a twin brother. I know, T. So there's always like the sick twin and like the healthier twin, and I was definitely the sick twin. I was in the hospital for that long, or obviously had to do like surgeries or anything like
Yeah.
that, but I did like have to stay in the hospital for like my asthma and like different kind of things. So I feel like that isolation that you go
Makes-
through, like dealing with things like that, just like makes you kind of pour into like other things. And I feel like that's probably why I like lean towards like creating and drawing too, because like there was times when like I couldn't maybe do like the average thing like other kids were doing because I was like, you know,
you want to
healing
copy
in my
your
own
kid,
way, and, like,
yeah. I wish I had those alone times to start maybe creating younger.
Yeah.
Even though I love that you said divine timing, but I was like, yo, maybe I should have been a little loser on the side, man. So I would have focused,
Instead.
on my creative, you know, because you're alone, and I think when you're a
Yeah.
child, then maybe you actually create something authentic. And a lot of big greats were isolated in high
Yeah.
school or like were
No,
bullied,
seriously.
right?
I definitely went through a lot of that, like growing up. Like obviously, like at the time it was the worst thing ever, but
I'm
like
sure.
now looking back,
No,
I'm
as
like,
a kid, I think that's
oh, thank God.
that's unacceptable.
yeah, no, it was a lot, but it made me who I am. Like I would not change
Yeah.
like anything, honestly. So
No, I think that's the
Yeah.
lesson. Like you said, we believe in God, so everything was written even before we were here, right?
Yeah, seriously.
So divine timing, it's like this is part of your journey. It forms you. Before the reveal time, I'll ask you a last question.
Okay.
What does freedom look like on your canvas? Take your time.
That's a good one. As chaotic as some of the pieces could be, the freedom on my canvas just looks like a perfect balance of the chaos.
Okay.
And like having that all coexist together in one space. Finding the calmness within that storm per se, because I feel like a lot of my pieces can be like a lot to look at,
I'm
and
sure,
you're like
yeah.
focused on all these different areas, but yeah, just freedom looks like everything coexisting in like unison.
You're describing it perfectly.
Oh, thank you.
So now we're gonna do reveal.
Oh my God, yes. Kind of jokes. Like, people are gonna look at it and be like, "Girl, you ain't no artist."
No, she is. Trust me.
So the question I got was, what would your guilty pleasure look like on canvas? So I kind of did a compilation of a few of my guilty pleasures. Reveal! It's insane.
Did you put Fortnite?
Girl, I did.
No, you grew up with brothers, you could tell.
No, like. Okay, so the background, it's like kind of like a sunset
Yeah.
because I have sunset lamps all over my room. Like,
No, same.
No, right?
I swear to
Like, no,
God, yeah.
stop.
No,
Like,
no,
that's
I'm
too-
done. I'm done with you.
we
No,
found out enough things today that
we're
are
like,
just like,
are we twins?
they're like, wait, you live in the same area? Wait, I live in the same area. Wait.
We do abstract together.
Wait.
Basquiat is our favorite artist.
Wait, you live with your sister?
I live with my sister.
Like, what's going on today?
No.
So this is my guilty pleasure. Literally going home, putting on my sunset lamp, getting my little pickles. I love pickles, like insane. Like I will literally drink the juice.
Okay.
And then gaming. Like I love Fortnite. I play it all the time. Like that is something I'm kind of embarrassed about when people like ask me like how.
Don't be.
When people are like, "How long have you been playing like today?" And I'm like,
Oh,
girl, like all day.
That's what a
like-
guilty pleasure is.
And then I have Sims. Like Sims is like my next crazy guilty pleasure. You do not want to see my worlds. They're nuts. So.
And then
Yeah.
there's a headset.
Oh, yeah, my little headset. Obviously, like my music, but my headset has like these cute little cat ears. And I thought I would be a streamer one day, but I'm like,
Too much of your
I'm
life.
way too shy.
Yeah.
I don't want to like broadcast that. So
Yeah.
that is my guilty pleasure on Canvas.
Great. Well, thank